Hey YouTube, welcome to my home. I am going to start this video over again. Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. As the description says, I'm going to lose my PC gaming building virginity. And got the first piece in the mail today, and that is the case. What I'm going to do first, before we do the unboxing of this Lian mesh, I'm going to show you my setup, and this is kind of in my game room, and I thought I'll take the camera off the tripod and give you a quick little tour of what I have and what I plan on doing. So we're going to stop this video for now, and I'll take it off there and restart it. Okay, this is the door to my game room, and it says eat, sleep, poop, and game. And as I close the door here, you'll see over here I have what is actually a shoe caddy. And so what I do is I store all my cables and extra mice and different other peripherals, and it works pretty good. So that might be an idea that you may have in your game room or in your computer room. It works really well. It's easy to find things, and you can kind of categorize them, what you have. And this is my gaming chair for the Quest 2 gaming headset. So if I want to play on my headset, my Quest gaming headset, I can, and I use that chair if I want to sit down and play games sitting down. This whole area of the room where that table and the tripod is at, and that rug is a whole new story. I'm not going to get into right now. But normally this side of the room is completely clear, so I have room for the Quest headset. And then over here is my heater, because this room doesn't really have any heat in it, and it gets cold sometimes. This is the computer I have, which is a Corsair case. It's got a Z170-A M5 gaming motherboard in it. CPU is an i5-6600K, and let's see, it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM in it. It's a 750 watt Corsair PCU on it. What else? That's about it. And it's been a good game. I didn't build this one. I bought it off Craigslist from a guy, and I've been using it for probably about a year. And I started making videos and using video editing software for YouTube. I do gameplay for Farming Simulator 19. And I needed something with a little bit better processor power. The i5-66K is got 4 cores, and so this is my rig. I built the driving rig in my garage, and I've had it for a couple of years now, and it's done really well. Got a G29 Logitech G29 racing wheel with the pedals, and also have the shifter with a truck shifter for American Truck Simulator, which I like to play. And over here I just have a place to keep my vape and keep other things that I use a lot when I'm sitting down. It's just kind of like a little end table type thing. But that's it. I've got a triple monitor 24-inch screens, and I forgot what the brand name of them are. Let me take a look real quick. They are BenQ, and so I have a 3-monitor setup, which is really nice. One of these days I would like to go with like maybe a 42-inch, 45-inch curved monitor, just one monitor. I think that would probably work better and probably draw less power, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's my game room. That's just more odds and ends and paperwork. I bought a Black Shark Pro headset, so when I do my gameplay, I use it to record my voice and do the video recording. I bought that also used off Craigslist. It was brand new in the box. The guy had only used it for, he said maybe 2-3 days, didn't like it, and I got it for $100. They usually retail for $180. So that's was a real good deal. I keep it hung up right there by the wall until I'm ready to use it. But anyway, let's put the camera back on the tripod, and we're going to do an unboxing of this Lancool 2 mesh. If you notice right here in the corner, there is a little damage to the box from shipping, so I'm hoping that they packed it well enough that they didn't damage the case. Okay, but we're going to shut this off and get the tripod set back up, and we'll start pulling it out of the box. Okay, let's get into this. Let's open up the box. Something dropped. I'm not sure what that was. I fell out of my pocket. Probably a coin. And let's pull the tape. And that'll work right there. This corner here, it looks like it's going to be okay because it was up on the top. The foam. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right here is where it was, the box was torn, and it's just in front of the foam right there. So I think we'll be fine. Now all we gotta do is get it out of the box. And I think I will. This whole thing has to come out at once. So I'm going to set it on the floor and see if I can't lift it up. With that, get it out of the box. I don't want to mess the box up because I have to return it. Try one more time. There she comes. It's kind of hard to do by yourself, hold the box at the same time. Using my feet to hold the box down. And that's all that's in the box. Take this box, move it over here. Okay. Take the styrofoam off it. So far, I don't see any damage. I ordered this from Amazon. It was $104 on their website. I looked at several other cases too. Looked at the, what do they call the Plantech or something like that. I looked at Corsairs. Looked at cheaper cases for $50, $60, but I really like this one because of the air flow that's in it. And also I wanted a front panel that has a USB-C port. This one didn't actually come with it. I had to order it separately, but you can also order that on Amazon, and I have ordered it, but it's going to take probably another week for it to come. It's still being shipped. Okay, I kind of scrapped the rest of this video because I was behind the table and I had the camera positioned where you really couldn't see the case. So we're going to kind of start over again reviewing this case. First of all, I want to give you some specs. Well, we'll do that after we get the case apart and I kind of show you more about the case. Let's turn the case to the side first. And I have that front off. We'll take that off here in a minute. But to open these doors, you have to lower the bottom part first. And that bottom part is actually on both sides of the case. So both of them flip down. Like that. I hope you can see that. You flip it up a little bit so you can see that both doors on the bottom where the power supply is flip down, and then these glass doors just hinge open on both sides, which is a very nice feature that I really liked about this case. Instead of having the screws where you gotta take all the screws out and then you got these little pins that you gotta slide back. It's almost, you almost need 3 hands when you put them back on to get all the slots and stuff lined up like that Corsair case there I have. So I like this design much better. We're going to go ahead. Another thing I like about this case is you can lift them off the hinges and take them completely off, which is a very nice feature. So we're going to take both of these off for now. And I'm not going to take the plastic off the doors until I get the final build of the PC and it's running. And then that's going to be my reward for getting it done. I get to peel all this plastic off the glass. We'll put these down here so they're out of our way. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is the I/O on top. A lot of the cases that I reviewed and watched YouTube videos and stuff on, the I/O was here on the front cover. On this one, it's back. So when I take this front cover off, it's got a little grab handle here on the bottom, and you just kind of give it a jerk like that, and the whole case comes off. But if you notice, the fans and all the wiring are still on the main body of the case, which a lot of computers, when you pull this front cover off, the fans are actually mounted on the front cover, and you have all the wiring you have to disconnect to completely remove the front cover. So that is something that I think is pretty cool to have. That's one thing I really like about this case. Let's leave that front cover off for now. We will put that right here. Okay, on the I/O, you have 2 buttons on the left hand side. I'll show a picture of this as I talk about it. I've already taken a couple pictures. But you have a button for your color, for the RGB, and any other RGB you want to add to the control module, which we'll look at here in a minute. And then you have the mode, so it's like breathing or strobic or however you want to do it. Then you have a reset button to reset your computer, the main power button. It has a mic and audio jack, which I liked. I don't like separate audio and mic jacks. This one is just one jack for both, for your audio and your mic, which is something that I wanted. And then you got 2 USB 3, I believe. They're 3.1 or 3.0 ports. When I edit this video, I'll take a look at that and make sure that I know what I'm talking about. And then this little plug right here is for your USB-C 3. And it's just a little plug that comes out and you got a hole right here. And I have already ordered, it doesn't come with the case, but you can order a USB 3 connection that you can put in here and have USB-C in the front. The Asus motherboard I bought also has the USB-C 3C on the back and the I/O on the motherboard. So I'll have two USB-Cs, which I wanted. This one here is 5 megahertz, and the one on the I/O on the motherboard is 10 megahertz. So I'll probably still continue to hook my headset, my Quest headset, to the rear USB-C because it's going to be a faster port. And then this front one I can use for my phone or just whatever I need. USB-C is really starting to become mainstream, and part of my goal on building this PC is to have a little bit forward compatibility. That's why I went with that AMD, because their processors have more future compatibility than Intel. Intel's usually 1 or 2 generations, and then you have to change the motherboard out if you want to upgrade the CPU, which is what I ran into with that Z170. The best CPU I could upgrade to on that Z170 motherboard was, I believe, an i7 7700K. And which would have been fine. It would have given me a little bit better, but it's still a 4-core, I think, 4-core, 8-thread CPU. I believe it's 8 threads. But I wanted to at least go up to a 6-core. And the 3600 got a lot of good reviews on it, and as being one of the best CPUs you can buy for the money, for cost effectiveness. They make better CPUs, but for now the 3600 is going to do me just fine. And then in the future, if I want to upgrade to like a 3950X or whatever, I still have the motherboard that will hold that will have that socket if I want to upgrade in the future to a faster CPU. But anyway, I'm digressing here. These here are your hard drive slots. I hope y'all can see this. You know what, I think I'm going to bend that camera down just a little bit. Anyway, these are toolless hardboard slots. They just come out like that, and they'll fit a 3.5 hard drive or your regular standard 2.5-inch SSD. And they're very easy to pull in and out. They just clip into place. Supposed to. What am I missing here? I should just clip into place here. It's not going in for some reason. I don't know what's holding it up. But let's look at some of the specs. On the front grill, and I'll put up pictures as I read this. The holes on the grill are 1.15 millimeters apart. Diagonally, they're 1.5 millimeters, and from the one next to it, 2 millimeters. So you can see the grill. Give you a close-up view. The grill has some pretty small holes in it, but it should have really good airflow, because there's really nothing that's constructed. It doesn't have a filter in the front, but these holes are small enough. It should help keep the dust out, but they're also large enough, I think, to get proper airflow. according to their website, I'm debating whether to use air cooling or water cooling, AIO. And according to the website, if I'm looking at this right, I can put 120 by 240 AIO on top, in the front, or a 120 by 280 or a 120 by 360. So just about any size AIO you can put here in the front. You can also put a 120 by 240 on the top, okay? And the top has, we close these up and we'll flip it over so you can see the top already has holes for either a 120 AIO or a 240. And if I go with AIO, I'm probably going to put 240 up here, a 240 AIO. If I go with air cooled on the CPU, then I'll probably put two 120 millimeter fans up here and then one 20 millimeter fan in the back. You can also, if you wanted to, you could you either use these two bays, they come off with some screws, these two little grids, and you can either put your SSDs down here, or you could even mount fans right here if you wanted to. If you wanted to put two 120 millimeter fans, that you could mount those right here too. Let's turn it around to the back. You have your grid here for your fan. More airflow right there. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 PCIe slots, and then of course the bay for your power supply. And of course this is your AIO hole where the motherboard will mount it. On this side, you also have, let's put that down. This is your hard drive bay right here. This is where you put your power supply. This hard drive bay, you can take the screw out, and this hard drive bay moves back and forth like that. If you look real close, it's on a rail right here, and I'll also try to take a picture of that when I edit this, so you can see what I'm talking about. That way, if you have a longer power supply, you can move this towards the front. If you have a shorter power supply, you can move it toward the back, and it'll give you more room for your AIO in the front, which is a really nice feature. This is actually adjustable, which I thought was pretty cool. And then these panels actually just come off. Hiding all the wiring, which I really like. Well, I have a glass side on the back of the computer if all you're going to see is a bunch of wiring. I like the idea of this case having these front panels right here, so you can actually put those side panels on and hide all the wiring. I don't know if you'd have enough, but you could almost put maybe a couple of LED strips or something on there. Maybe on the top or something like that, once you get all the wiring in. It's an idea. This one here also comes off, so you have access to the back side of your motherboard, and also for wiring to manage your cables. So that's kind of cool. And then here you got two bays for SSD drives. You got two down here. So you've got three here. Two you can put on the top of your power supply, and then in the back you actually have four. You have two here on your motherboard back plate, and then also on the bottom here you've got two right here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'll take another picture so you all can see exactly what I'm talking about. And let's get some of the specs. I wrote down some of the specs on it. It holds up to 9 hard drives. The dimensions are 478 millimeters deep, 229 millimeters wide, and 494 millimeters high. And this is considered a mid ATX tower, mid tower. The PSU down here has a total length of 210 millimeters, so you can go up to a 210 millimeter power supply. Why you would want to, I don't know, but I guess maybe some of these high end that need a 1,000-watt power supply, you probably you would have the room on this computer to do that. Okay, on the fan support front, you have our fan radiator bracket. That's 3x120 or 2x140. The top can support two 120 or 140 millimeter fans. The rear, and of course the top, you can also put the radiator up on top if you want to. And then above this PSU chamber, you can put, as I said earlier, if you really wanted to, you could put two more 120 millimeter fans there all together. So that's a total of 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You could go up to 9 fans on this case if you really wanted to, which is just, I don't know why anybody would not want 9 fans on their case. You can put 3 in the front, put 2 in here, you can put 2 right here, and then of course the 1 fan in the rear. So I think it's a pretty neat case. I've been very happy with it. The build quality seems very good on it. I don't see anything bent, I don't see any scratches, I don't see any screws that are loose or anything like that. It looks they really took their time to think this case out. And I did look at several different cases, and there were things I didn't like about some of them. I looked at the higher end cases that were $180, $200, $250, and I didn't see any difference. This actually has more options, and you can do more with it than you can some of those bigger higher end cases. And this one, like I said, I paid $104 for it on Amazon, and I think it was well worth the money. Let's take a look at this accessory and see what they have. They've got some, that's all that's in the box. So you have a plastic bag here that's got some zip ties, screws, I guess, for your, and washers and stuff for your motherboard, and different things. And so you've got some more of these Velcro straps for your cable management. I'm not going to take anything out of the bag right now so I don't lose it. It's also got your screws and stuff to mount your motherboard. It's got some longer screws in here. I'm not sure what they're for. You can see right here the longer screws. I'll have to look in the installation instructions and find out what those are for. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. This is my first part of the build. I have a motherboard coming, which is I think I said it before, it's an Asus Tough Gaming Pro Wi-Fi motherboard, and also got the Ryzen 3600 GPU. Not GPU, Ryzen 3600 CPU. The GPU, because of what's going on right now with these prices and stuff, is just absolutely ridiculous. You can't buy a RX 570 for less than $1,000 now. That's just pointless. So as well, I have a RTX 2070 in my current computer that I'm using now. And so unless prices go drastically down in the next couple of months, I'll be pulling that video card out of that computer and putting it in here. RTX 2070 is still a pretty decent graphics card. And then in the future, when they figure all this stuff out and they get prices back to reasonable again, then I may upgrade the GPU in it. That's going to do it for now. I hope you stay with me. This is going to be the first video, and as I buy my components for this build, we'll do more unboxing and more specifications, and you can see me build it as I go. And then I hope you stick around long enough for me to peel the plastic off the doors, because that's going to be the last thing I do. So we're going to see you all next time, and thanks for watching.